In the city of Abuja, at the IHVN Center, a new policy team emerged. This team comprised men and women from diverse backgrounds, making it a remarkable sight to behold. In the history of Nigeria, no policy team had been assembled quite like this. After a series of failed policies, both locally and internationally, this team of 15 individuals was formed. It included a member of the Nigerian government, an expert policymaker, a skilled writer, an experienced researcher, and representatives from various sectors, such as the Nigerian population, universities, legal and regulatory bodies, finance, and trado-religious groups. However, they approached their task differently. First, instead of simply bringing the team together, the policymakers organized a pre-planning team to brainstorm the steps for crafting a policy. One crucial question they considered was whether they needed to create a policy or a guideline. Once they addressed this question, they moved on to the next step. In 2007, a significant research policy titled the Code was developed, which successfully strengthened responsible research conduct in Nigeria. However, much had changed since its creation, and this team aimed to improve upon the document after attending a lecture on effective policymaking. Rather than consulting elitist voices first, they focused on self-inquiry, posing many questions. Second, they sought to determine if there was a genuine problem using the problem tree analysis approach. This process took several months of comprehensive data gathering, employing virtually every method available. The team understood that identifying the root cause of a problem was essential before deciding on a policy to address it, as they aimed to focus on the root cause rather than just the effects. Now, a few months after the EXCEL-RITE conference, the team reconvened in Abuja following a series of online meetings. They identified several key issues that required policy instruments and guidelines to ensure compliance. Third, the team members were selected based on merit, independent of the funders, and truly represented the research stakeholders in Nigeria. They received financial support from independent funders who merely observed the process without interfering with the recommendations. Armed with a clear problem in mind and the data gathered from all affected parties, they began crafting specific policies tailored to each issue and audience, moving away from the traditional approach that addressed multiple research areas in a single policy. Each policy, as well as the accompanying guidelines, were designed to be specific, measurable, achievable, reliable, and time-bound, SMART. The next step will be to share the draft policies and guidelines with representatives from the target populations, civil society organizations, and relevant sectors. They ensured that no one was left behind, involving the responsible ministries in the process.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attentive participation in this EXCEL-RITE conference session focused on crafting effective research policies and guidelines. You are now equipped to collaborate with your institutional and national teams to develop the next set of SMART policies and guidelines. Are there any questions? Gode?